Hello everyone and welcome back to our journeys. In this episode we will go on the MSC Magnifica on a cruise from Copenhagen up on the Norwegian fjords. And we start off with taking a taxi from Malmö to Copenhagen and Oceankai, where the cruise ships will departure. The taxi journey takes us through Copenhagen and outbound for the port. We will start the cruise from Copenhagen and then go southbound for Warnemünde to pick up German guests before we heading north on a day at sea towards Kristiansand. The next stop will be Eidfjord, where we'll spend the day and then southbound again for Lyngdal and Oslo. The MSC Magnifica was put in service in 2010 and her godmother is Sophia Loren. During this cruise we will have an inside cabin. As a Voyager's Diamond member we were offered some bubbles and some snacks in the cabin that were waiting for us. Our cabin was located on deck number 10 in the forward section, which had a really nice view from the front of the ship on the very secluded balcony that not many cruise guests knows. Magnifica is 300 meters long and 34 meters wide, and she was newly renovated in 2026 when they extended with a yacht club on the upper decks and a new yacht club restaurant. They also renovated the spa area. The passenger capacity is 2,550 persons in double occupancy and 3,223 in maximum passenger. And on board you have about 1,000 crew members. The first evening we have enjoyed a really nice meal and then continued to the theater to look at one of their shows. During the cruise they have different shows every night, with everything from acrobatics to musical themes. Because of the draft and the height of the ship, we will sail northbound around the Sjælland and down the Great Belt and Store Belt Bridge down to Germany and Warnemunde, instead of sailing directly from Copenhagen down to Warnemunde. The morning at the coastline of Germany, it was some thunderstorms and rain, but it will soon clear up during the morning. Warnemunde is one of our favorite destinations to just stroll around in. It's a really nice town on the Baltic Sea coastline, with long beaches and picturesque housing. Warnemunde is one of the bigger cruise ports in Germany. You have also Kiel and Hamburg. And this is the main turnaround for our cruise, and we will disembark about 2,000 passengers and get 2,000 new guests on board. It's one of the most hectic days for the crew on board. If you want, you can dine in the a la carte breakfast and get the order from the menu and enjoy a little bit more calmness than in the buffet area. Because it's a German marketing cruise, we have lots of guests that enjoy the buffet. Warnemünde is a part of the region Mecklenburg-Vorpommern in Germany and has about 8,400 inhabitants. The biggest closest city is Rostock, that is situated south from Warnemünde, about 10.5 kilometers, and takes about 14 minutes by car. The town Warnemünde is named after the river Warnow that goes out in the Baltic Sea from this area. Because of the wonderful beaches and beach area, this was a huge recreation area for the East Germans. After a few hours ashore, we headed back to the ship to enjoy a lunch on board in the a la carte restaurant. Because this is the main turnaround port, it was very calm and nice on board for us guests, but we know that the crew worked really hard during this day. Today we will get on board all the supplies of food and beverages for the 7 days cruise, and also all the luggage that all passengers will have disembarked and get on board for the new guests. From Rostock you can take the ferry to Kristiansand in Denmark that have lots of sailings during the day. You can also take the ferry to Trelleborg in Sweden. After an enjoyable dinner, we will enjoy the entertainment on board in one of all the lounges. You can really feel the buzz with all the new cruise guests that has embarked today. Now we'll set sail northbound for Norway, and the next day will be a day at sea, one of our favorite days. After a good night's sleep, you enjoy the nice weather outside on deck, and if you want to, you can get some Morgon yoga on the pool deck. The weather was great, so we enjoyed some pool time and just enjoying to be at sea. For lunch we enjoyed a really nice meal in one of the specialty restaurants, Kaito Sushi, that has a really nice sushi selection for an extra charge, but it's worth every penny. And after all our cruises we have really adapted that it's really good to go to the specialty restaurants during sea day, because it can be a little bit crowded in the buffet area or in the main dining room because of all the guests are on board. We enjoyed some time in the bars, just hanging around and enjoyed the different beverages. Unfortunately, there have been some downcuts in the beverage menu, and it's not so extended as last time we sailed on Magnifica. During the day at sea, we had the captain's cocktail and a nice dinner in the main restaurant. It's called Captain's Dinner, with some more fancy items on the menu. And if you want to take a picture with the captain and officers, you can just go to the lounge and take a photo, and of course pay for it later on, if you think it's a nice souvenir to bring home. Now it's time for the dog show, where they present the senior users on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. On behalf of MSC Cruise Line, all officers and crew, I have the great pleasure to welcome you on board of our ship. I hope that the service that my crew will give you, the warm atmosphere as well as the visit of our port of call will contribute in making your stay on board a wonderful experience. I thank you for having chosen MSC and our beautiful MSC Magnifica for your vacation at sea, and I wish to all of you a wonderful, an excellent and unforgettable cruise with us. I thank you again and wish you a nice evening and nice cruise. Thank you.
After the officer's presentation, it was time to the evening show, which was about the theme of movie music. The theme of the evening's entertainment is silent disco, and it was held in the Onyx Lounge. We get some headphones and 3 different channels to listen to music and dance to what music that suits you. And it's really interesting and very popular event on board. After dancing and a midnight snack, it was time for us to head to bed. Now we are ready for our first port of call in Norway, Kristiansand. I have been here several times but never got on shore because it was during the time I was working on the ferry between Sweden, Norway and England. So it was a little bit extra fun for me to actually visit a town that I have seen lots of times before, but actually never experienced. Kristiansand commune has about 119,000 inhabitants and is the 6th largest city in Norway. We really enjoy to just stroll around without any planning in the area we visit, explore new things, and maybe sit down to eat and drink something. I have a tradition to try out the local shrimps that is catch outside Norway in the Norwegian ports that I visit. After a few hours, it was time to set sail again and northbound and sail along the Norwegian coast. After a relaxing afternoon and sail along the coast and enjoy the wonderful areas, it was time to head to Onyx Lounge to get together with other club members in Diamond and Diamond Blue in their club program, Voyagers. After the rebuilding of the ship in the beginning of 2020, they have turned the discotheque into a fitness area and instead using the atrium for some events as different parties, just like on the other newer ships. The evening's entertainment in the theatre was a wonderful artist that performed with different James Bond theme songs. And now it's a real party in the atrium. It's a really nice venue with different levels that you can dance on the different floors and enjoy the artist on the deck number 5. We continue to Onyx Lounge for a late night before we head to bed, so we will get up early when we arrive to our next port of call, Eidfjord. This is a port we never visited before, so it will be really interesting to get ashore. I want to take the opportunity to say that all our videos and journeys are self-funded and not sponsored in any way. We save money, get great deals and different club discounts to afford to do all these type of journeys together to explore the world around us. Now it's time for us to just relax, and you can sit back and enjoy the wonderful view we have the opportunity to see in real life. I feel a little bit sorry for those who has chosen to stay at this hotel with the fjord view, but we arrived on a 16th floor cruise ship that blocked the view totally. After enjoying a wonderful morning in the fjords, it was time to head back to enjoy a nice lunch on board in the a la carte restaurant. During the afternoon we got company from the French 5-star cruise line that also want to enjoy this wonderful area. Time for us to set sail southbound again. And the next port of call, Lyngdal. Now we're passing under the Hardangerbroa, which is a bridge that is 1,380 meters long and is the world's longest bridge for both cars, walking and biking. The bridge is 202 meters high and was opened in August 2013. Today we will celebrate Peter's birthday in Butcher's Cut, one of the two different specialty restaurants on board. As a Diamond Club member, you get a free 3-course meal. We were really stuffed like Christmas turkeys after this wonderful meal, and it was time to dance some of the food off with the ABBA theme that I have listening on board. After some dancing and enjoying some beverages, it was time for us to head back to the cabin to get some good night's sleep. Unfortunately, our next port of call Unfortunately, the weather in Lyngdal was not on our side. It was raining and quite windy when we woke up. So we headed to the Aurea spa area, which is 1 hour included in the Diamond and Diamond Blue Club membership. It was completely empty and we had a really nice time here. The spa area is really nice after the upgrade during the refit, comparing to how it was before. This is a tendering port, that means that the ship is on anchor and we use the lifeboats or tender boats to get ashore, and it can be a little bit crowded during peak hours. But the shuttles goes quite frequently and you only have to wait about 10 minutes to get to shore or get on board again. Now the wind is really feeling in the ship when we have departed. It was not really big waves, but you could feel that you are at sea when we leave the coastline and sail around upwards to Oslo. During this cruise, there was World Cup in football, and it was quite crowded in some of the areas and bars, especially in the sports bar. During this evening, it was the theme of white party. Get dressed in your best white dresses and dance the night away. Now we have reached into calmer water in the morning and we sail northbound in the Oslo fjord towards the capital of Norway. I have been in Oslo hundreds of times when I was working on the MS Queen of Scandinavia that sails between Copenhagen and Oslo. But I really enjoyed this city and the weather was really nice to walk and stroll around in. So after a nice breakfast, it was time to head ashore. We were docked about 10 minutes from Aker Brygge, which is a commercial, living and a restaurant area with a nice sea view. Here you will see a very important building where the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony is held. From Oslo you can take daily departures with the ferries to Copenhagen in Denmark and Kiel in Germany. Oslo has really worked with the harbor area to get it really inviting. If you want to go to a sauna and get a sauna experience, you can do that, or just walk up the Opera House to enjoy a wonderful view. Now we have reached Karl Johan, the main shopping street and main street in Oslo. That goes from the central station up to the Royal Palace. After a really long walk through the central of Oslo, it was time for us to head back to Magnifica. Just before departure, a heavy rain and thunder was going over Oslo, but we tried to enjoy the sail away in this spectacular view. After departure, the weather got better and we could enjoy the wonderful view over the Oslo fjord where we sailed out. And during this evening it was Mediterranean night with the obligatory cake parade. About the time we leave the Oslo fjord, the weather was really sunny and you could really enjoy a late evening on the sun deck or enjoy some beverages in the bars. This evening was the 60s and 70s party in the atrium, and it was quite a lot of people that enjoyed the music and the show while dancing to the retro music. The Onyx Lounge is one of my favorite lounges on board. You have great windows and you have the feeling that you are on a ship with the movement from the propellers and the waves. I can spend hours here just enjoying the music and the really nice atmosphere. And what is a cruise without a midnight snack? We enjoyed a late snack in the buffet before it was time for us to get back to bed to pack our last things before our disembarkation tomorrow morning. Up early in the morning and we are approaching Öresund with a nice view over Helsingør and the Kronoborg slot that is famous for Shakespeare's Hamlet. On the other side you have Helsingborg. The crossing with the ferry takes approximately 20 minutes. But if you want, you can stay on board to enjoy the food and the experience and go back and forth as many times as you want. And it is called Tura. Now we're passing the island of Ven, which is a part of Scania and Sweden. The island is 1 mile around and it's a very tourist paradise, and it's actually the island I did grow up on. Now the time is 9 and it's time to leave the cabin for our next guests. We're headed to the deck while approaching Copenhagen, which is the final port of call for our cruise. On this port, passengers disembark and embark, and new crew members will start their job and spend the next 8 months on board. Now we're disembarking for the last time during this cruise, and we had a really enjoyable time on board. Now it's time to head to the Öresund train that will take us back to Malmö, Sweden. We really hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next.